Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. Again, welcome to my mountain space behind me. I was so excited because I decided to listen to myself and to just pack the bags and leave. Seriously, like leave, not to even think about where I'm going to sleep, what I'm going to do. I just felt guided to do something I was dreaming about for a while now, since I bought this new car. It was packed with stuff, with gear, with everything, and I just needed the weather to be on my side, which now happened, which is pretty hot now. And I was just guided to go, like not even think about where I'm going to end up next. Just pack my food, my clothes, my stuff, and I just went. So synchronicity brought me here to one of my favorite places. As you can see, the mountains below are really majestic. I really wanted to share them with you and to talk about some of the updates that I feel guided to from my heart. As you know, there's a lot of things happening now. And that's why I was guided to come here, because in the mountains I really can ground these new energies. It seems kind of funny, because mountains are way up high, and while grounding, usually you go hiking way up and then you ground the energies in the valley. But what I mean with this grounding is, it's like in my being, I'm anchoring this in my being, and then when I ground it further, I bring it down to the valley. That's how I do things. Today I want to talk about transcendence, because transcendence is one of the things really important right now, which is what we're doing. We're reaching for this new destination that still feels kind of unfamiliar at times, even for me. I still sometimes want to do things from the old from the old system that just doesn't work, and I ask myself, where did I go wrong? What's the thing here? And then it's a simple explanation, for the heart. It's just not working this way in the new. It's a different way of operating. So we're really getting used to this now. So that is why I feel so important to talk about transcendence. And recently I've been watching again video from Sandra, although I was very busy, but I did watch her video on the new updates for June. Sandra from Ascension Integration. And I just really resonate with what she was saying. Basic, simple things, the things I understand as well. She was really translating them in her own beautiful language, and it was interesting to feel that. The message was very simple, and she was also just, saying that she's camping out in the mountain, and I feel really resonant with that, because that's what I do. I come to these places, I anchor the sacred energies, I store them inside, I unlock these codes, and then I bring this down to the valley for others as well, those who are ready. So Sandra was mentioning a lot of the things that transpired and no longer work, like using certain methods of healing, like Reiki, or I think in her previous video she was talking about these spells, how these spells no longer work, like people do these hoaxes, or they say, oh, somebody put a curse on you, things like that. She said that magic, black magic and things are no longer working in this template. Well, of the people who are more third-dimensionally oriented and they believe this works, this might still be their reality, but for us, Ascension pioneers, and for this path of physical ascension, this isn't working anymore. And it's been interesting to hear about that, because I've been saying this for so long. Even before, I never did Reiki. I never did none of those things. What I always did was I tuned into the energy of what I felt is coming through me at that moment. And we're all intrinsically connected to all life anyway, so we know what to do in any moment. We know what kind of healing energies we'll put out. When I go to these places, such as mountains, people always find me. Third-dimensional living people always find me. They talk to me. They was like, wow, you're so nice. And they always say these things, and they can believe certain things about me, how independent I am, that I just go somewhere. And then they talk certain things about, and I just listen to them. And when I feel intuitively, I just listen to them. Sometimes people need just listening to them and just visualizing how healing energy is coming towards them. I don't use anything like techniques and stuff. I just use my heart resonance. So the techniques, quote unquote, that we're using now are not really techniques. Oh, there's a beautiful butterfly there, confirming what I'm saying. It's really just simple resonance from the heart. The heart center, I need to say this, is the energy that a lot of people, when they say, when you tune to the heart, you feel what you want. So you function on feeling. So they think that this is only the cotton candy, the fuzzy feeling. The heart, will give you only the fuzzy feeling. That's not true. The heart is the channel for our essence of divine love that we are. So divine love is neutral. Positive, negative, no. Neutral, yes. And whatever we're feeling through, it can also be like when you're repelled by something, when you feel a non-resonance with a certain person or a situation. It might not always be pleasant feeling, but that's still their heart. But what we ascribe to it, the meaning that we give it, might be positive, negative, good, bad, you see? But the heart feeling is neutral. So it won't be just the cotton candy, the lightheartedness, the feeling. That is one side of the equation. It has nothing to do with duality. It's just to do with our senses. We're sensing, and we used to learn a lot through contrast before, but now we're also transpiring that. So we're transcending this. We no longer have to learn through difficulties, through challenges in such a way that they used to be. There's always challenges, but they're in the next level of our initiation. But we're actually transcending these things to really come into the awareness that it no longer works. It just doesn't. You know, for me, for example, waiting for someone to do something, or like old patterns that I had that I used to repeat, now I just like, stop. No, I can't do it anymore. Even the body wouldn't let me. I've changed so much. Maybe a certain part of you that's just like tiny, tiny part that clings on, but it's so not powerful in comparison to your whole self-empowered self. It just has no more word. It just drops its agenda right away. It's like drop nakedness, you know, there. And it's just how it is. When you see yourself stripped naked and you see that you just can't function this way anymore, you're banging your head against a wall, it's just something no longer works. You need to find a new route. And that is something that we'll be doing now in the new age. We'll be finding new ways, because first we were dying. Then I said we're babies. 2013 is the year where we're all babies in this new Ascension year. And now we're going to be learning how to transcend, how we transcended these things and how to transcend them on the next level. So on the next step. A lot of these steps are very, ouch, ouch, Ant bit me because I had my hand like this. Oh, sorry you had to see that. Poor ant. She's fine. The big ants here like this. Oh, I hope they don't grab me somewhere else. It's not so bad. Yeah, that's how it is when you come uninvited, you know. I'm sorry, aunties. I'm recording for Ascension Pioneers. Would you please accept me for a while? I hope they don't get me in my butt. So anyway, it's just we have to find new ways. That's why it's important to connect to one another, to use each other as guides. Remember, we're all guides when we take upon this role that we know we each have something to offer with our uniqueness, with our individuality. We can each guide ourselves through this and others as well. And this transcending things. Ouchie. This really isn't pleasant here. I think I'm going to be all bitten by these ants. Yeah, huge ones. So it's important to know that these tools are going to be inner tools. They're going to be feelings, they're going to be sensations, they're not going to be your mind telling you something. When something seems odd, our mind used to plug in and say, do this, do that. It was more like with the survival mode. For example, you wouldn't go into extreme dangers. I was never like this. For example, my initiations were always the other way, because I remember there was a few times when I was climbing in the mountains, and I used to take this route that I knew there's no path there, and I knew that something's going to happen. I felt it. The heart felt it. But I took the route anyway, because I didn't go into my mind and said, oh no, I won't do it. I just knew that I somehow needed that experience. And although at that time, maybe in the moment it seemed scary, but in fact it was very neutral and brought me growth. It brought me immense satisfaction from within to reaching something, to fulfilling that. And I met this man today. I was talking to that person before I started my hike, and he was saying, I can't believe I've never met such a woman as you. And he wasn't even that much open. Well, he is a bit open. And he said, you're just so self-confident. You're just like such a mature person. And I said to him, who will give it to me, if not me? Who will make this? Who becomes this? You see? The white firefly. It's just, we need to transcend this, because I've seen in my own life when I go through a certain challenge, and it's just the old way of doing things, I feel like stuck and very dense, and then you see that it doesn't work. So how will we know it doesn't work? Because you won't feel magic and bliss. You won't feel like you're in flow. You will feel like you're holding on to something. These are like our last grips that we're still trying to, you know. So for me, what this hiking experience is, what they do for me. And just being alone, and tonight I want to sleep under a starry sky. I don't know how that's gonna go, but yeah. And what these things do to me, they ground me, they make me so much present, you know, and alert. And knowing that there is no such thing as a survival fear or this, you know, illusory fear that is just not there. It doesn't exist anymore. Whether we still perceive it, but energetically it's not there anymore. So we can build these clouds around us. But the fact of the matter is there's something new coming our way, and we'll be missing it if we don't just let go, you know, flow down the stream. So I'll be going by this water now. Just, it's so hot, and I'll just be resting for a while, and I'll show you some scenes after this segment, so do check this out as well. I want to share this beautiful part of nature in Gaia in Slovenia. You know, the only country, by the way, which has love, the word love in it. Do take note of that. And remember, whatever still feels like it's not bringing you something new. It doesn't have to be physical, but the sensation, the feeling that is just something very profound and expanded, like you're lifting off, like you're flying, not physically. It's just there. And I loved also what Sandra said about certain beings or some channels. It's like listening to myself. That just, you know, maybe some people resonate with that, but in the new heart space, in the integration of our cosmic heart, these are more mental concepts. And if we resonate with that, that's fine, but it's moving on. And the heart needs to once again be understood, needs to be embraced, needs to be seen as something that is the only way that brings you true freedom, true soul capacity and potential. So I'm not really talkative today. I don't really have these higher concepts to share today, because in nature it's all so simple for me. You know, if I'll receive something, I'll maybe record another video, but for now this is it, my beloveds. Do enjoy the scenery coming after. Take care. Bye. Look at this, beloved one. The majestic waterfall. And the valley. One of my favorite places of all. Ooh, look at this. Isn't it amazing? You know, sometimes people tell me how lucky I am to experience this. But you know what? I tell them that it's not about that. We're not the lucky one, the blessed one. It's about realizing that we are and then doing something about it. You know? Walking this path, do you see? This beauty and the marvels and the mountains, and just so excited. You know? I remember time back, you know, a while back when I was younger, when I myself did not want to go if I went alone. I said, no, I don't want to go alone, I'm afraid. Well, but then I grew up and I saw that I can't wait for anyone to go with me. You know, I can wait. Maybe I even didn't know a lot of people who liked the same things that I did. You know? So, you see the majestic mountains behind this? Oh gosh. Well, this is it. This I just threw my hiking poles off. Just, who cares? Let's just go. I just want to show you this view, how it spreads out. These are one of our tallest mountains here, you know. And in the back, you can see them. Ooh, majestic. And I'll go there, make a close-up. Oh, and the water. See how much water we have? And we say there's not enough water in the world. Who are we kidding? It's just not distributed properly. But let's just go. Moving on. You see, these are the kind of trails that I hike, and just love it. And rocks. I love big boulder rocks. usually climb on top of them or something. Yeah, you can imagine, you know, one tiny lady, but I am quite the climber, so that's how it is in my world. So the message is that it's not that somebody else will give you what you want to do. A lot of people say, I wish to have the same, I wish to do what you do, I wish to look at those mountains, but they don't do anything about it. You see, that's the difference. I've learned in my life that if I want something, that if my heart guides me somewhere, I need to take charge of it. You know, I just really need to take charge of it. There's just me and myself and the higher presence that is always with us from the inside out. So this is one of the tours that I'm visiting for the second time in my life, actually. And it's different because it's more summer now, and it's even more beautiful. Although in the high mountains the snow still hasn't melted completely, but I love the pure white rocks, you see? And up there, but I don't think I'm gonna go there. It's like this tiny lodge. You know where I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go here. There's a marked trail. You see, this is a sign that you're always on the right path. You're always to trust the infinite support of the divine. Yeah, my camera is shaking because I'm walking, and if I fall, because there's a lot of leaves, then you know what happened as well. That's how it is. At least you get to experience this with me. Not maybe with me, but straight from the first hand. Oh, you will love it. I'm sure you will. Look at this. It's just, I know there's a lot of mountains in the world, but I have not yet seen the mountains as beautiful as our Alps. Do you see? And here it's more silent because the water here is streamed out. This is the other side. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish I could just scream for all of us Ascension pioneers. Woohoo! Yes. I really, really feel guided these days when I am, you know, urged to go on these sacred trips by myself, just me and Gaia, and anchoring these higher energies to show you a bit of the landscape as well, to show you how it actually is when you're hiking such mountains. If one day we are to meet, if we are to gather to make like this mountain retreat, I'll take you wherever you wish to go, baby. And you can see there's still snow. This year the mountains were encapsulated by snow all along, and it was snowing so much. So these babies had to purify first, and they can do their job now from here on. Well, I'm just gonna go, and I'll talk to you soon. I love you all so much, and I hope you had as majestic experience with this as I did. Have fun, stay radiant, enjoy nature. Gaia loves us all. Bye.